Hey you guys, happy Thursday, opening day at Dodger Stadium. We are at Union Station. I got off the train a little early because I was stuck on the train for forever. Hold on for 1 second. Some Dodgers fans here. There actually is like a commuter bus, a shuttle you can take from here. Oh crap. Gotta cross here. But we're gonna walk because that's what we do. We're gonna wait for this guy to give the whistle. Good afternoon. I don't know what the hell to do here, sorry. I guess he doesn't stop the traffic, he just whistles and points. Bully for him. So you may wonder why I'm walking in the opposite direction of all those Dodgers fans, because we are walking to Chinatown. We should have gotten off on the Chinatown metro station, Broadway and College. But again, I was stuck on the train. There was I felt kind of bad. There's always music on the train, maybe a little louder than it should be, but I love it. There was a little music on the train. The train was stopped for 10 minutes, and I think it's not hot. The air conditioner was super cold. I think people were at their boiling point, so to speak. So I actually hope to get here a little earlier because I wanted to walk through Olvera Street again on a day when the Dodgers were in town, so you could see how crazy busy it is, like, and what kind of business the Dodgers kind of bring to over here. I'm back. Good to see you. We missed you yesterday. Happy opening day. So we're heading over to Philly. That's kind of where we're gonna start. We need to get to College, which is a couple blocks over. Again, this walk will take us less time than these people walking back to the train station. It's only like a 25-minute walk, and waiting for that shuttle. Palo, hey! Thanks for being here. We've been having like high protein, high fiber chili. Tonight I think we're gonna have like a little Mexican rice and beans. Good evening, KW. So you can't really see the hill in the, well, you can't see the hill in the distance like I can, but that's where the stadium is, just over there. And you actually can see a line of cars. You can also see the scary, scary highest price for gas in California that they use on the news at $8.49 a gallon for Supreme. Please do hit the like. Thank you guys so much for being here. We're gonna definitely end this before the baseball game starts. I think it starts at 5. You're supposed to be in your seat by 4:45. We won't end the stream, but we'll be done walking to it by then. And if you're a baseball fan, we'll get you there. So this is the United States Post Office. I've lived here for a while, right? And Sorry, I gotta fix my goofy fanny pack because it's just like hitting my tummy in such a way that's kind of uncomfortable. All right. So we're still a couple of blocks from the train station. Look at this Waymo speeding up. It's not going to hit me because it's smarter than the average driver. So Chinatown is right over there. I'm trying to get up and walk through it a little bit, but I think we might just have to head to the train station if we really want to catch the dynamism that is opening day crowd. I should have crossed the street back there. It's just like Alanis Morissette said, you live, you learn. I don't know the next line though. They weren't yelling at me, I don't think. And if they were, more power to them. Okay. Here's a Trillium gas station, or Trillium station. I'll walk a little slower. I'm just trying to scooch and get closer to the area that I wanted us to start in, which I'm just about at, so let's slow down. This is the industrial part, which they're kind of converting. I would actually, no one would watch it. It would be like 39 views, but that's all right. We've got to do some of those, right? I would just like keep walking over there and do those industrial things up to General Hospital, which is kind of a really creepy old-timey hospital. It's one of those hospitals that has pictures of the nurses that work there in the like 20s or teens, and they have those giant nun habits, like the flying nun, which also, like, one of the Exorcist movies had a nun in it like that. That kind of did someone in, and I think ever since then it's a scare. Those kind of nun habits have scared me. Anyway, we're crossing over here. Starlight Nails and Beauty Supply. I almost feel like I could, but I'll never do it. I almost feel like I could run across the street. I almost feel like I could go like another block too and catch this. Oh, crap-a-roo. Alright, maybe not the most brilliant spot to walk to. There's another crosswalk over here. Maybe I'll try my luck there. I will wait here. How is everybody doing today? Happy Thursday to you. I guess the Dodgers are playing Arizona tonight, right? Diamondbacks, I believe. Here's some Dodger trivia because I know you want it. Boom. I think that should be Dodger trivia. I don't really know much about the Dodgers, but in case you asked, I had some stuff prepared here. We'll play it while we're on this really boring part of the walk. We'll discuss this extra part a little bit sooner. I've got another bunch of trivia for you about the stadium. just gonna clip my microphone on, sorry, to my shirt collar. I haven't put a hat on yet. Okay. City Hall, City Hall. Hey, I did a US Bank Tower emoji. I had to do a couple different versions of it, and it kind of needs the detail, but I'll post it for the members later. I've been meaning to circle back on that. Now Veggie is watching. If I miss out any of you guys, it's super bright. The train station's right over there. So honestly, I could have done this all on one subway ride and gotten off here. We just got a little held up on the train. I don't mean held up like a stagecoach. Everybody had to switch trains. I'm not really sure why. I don't really think about the train operating much, and anyway, it just seems to do what it does. Shut up, cards. Happy Thursday. Thank you so much for being here. You want to know what this year they've added a bunch of, I'm going to talk about some fun stuff, and then because I'm me, and I care about human beings, and I care about the history of Los Angeles and getting it right, we can talk about what Dodger Stadium is built on. So let's do that real quick and get that out of the way. We should really know what we're walking on and what was here before us. I did post a little video. You'll probably cry if you watch it, I've got to say, or get at least very choked up. Before Dodger Stadium was here, there was a neighborhood, like 3 neighborhoods, Palo Verde, La Loma, and Bishop. Kind of like a Bunker Hill situation, if you will. And I'm not doing it justice now because we're walking and trying to be positive, but it's like Mexican American families who had lived here for generations, possibly before you could have been American and just been Mexican to live here when it was Mexico. They had a grocery store, a church, a school, everything you kind of need, everything a little city would kind of need. But in the early 1950s, the city did this a lot. The city told them they were going to build public housing. They would get first pick of the public housing. The public housing was never built. That's a story for another day. The last resident, Aurora Vargas, was dragged out of here in 1959, and she didn't go quietly. After the last residence was dragged out, 4 months later, they broke ground on the lovely Dodger Stadium. Not something they talk about too often, but I thought it was important to know. It's just east of Chinatown. So we're in Chinatown right now. We are walking west on College. This is the metro station that we would have gotten off on, Chinatown, if I wasn't so impatient. Located at Blossom Plaza. Not named for that blossom, but a peach blossom perhaps. So yeah, Dodger Stadium is kind of above Chinatown. There's a lot of, even Chinatown has some spots that are really like weird that we've walked through before. Like one of the first Jewish burial places that precedes even Los Angeles. Maybe that's incorrect, is over here. So we're on College Street. We're looking for Yale Street. Huh? How fun is that? So let me do this, because I have this other phone today, right? So I think Dodger Stadium is like in that direction. So it's sort of 340 degrees, 346 degrees north from where I'm standing. Thank you, Tease. Get the fun propeller plane flying there. I hope Harrison Ford isn't flying it. Amy, happy Dodger Thursday. Cecilia. Hey, how's it going? Thank you for posting so many awesome pictures. How do you take an empty suitcase with you when you go places? I mean, I just couldn't imagine you not spending a small fortune in the store. I think the first store, and also the pins. Those mannequins with the pins, those were pretty cool. It's funny because when you had said you collected pins, I'm just trying to give us a little space between me and my people. Or not my people, but I mean the people on the street. When you said you collected pins, I imagine like band pins, not like really cool pins, which band pins are also cool. Uh-huh. I'm glad you got the reference, mountain bike. At some point, I honestly feel like we're a little closer to the pearly gates, but we're also get a little, I don't know. I don't think you would want me flying a plane, and I'm not that old. Yeah, but it looked like a lot of folded lace stuff there that is easily packable. Also. So we're heading up that hill. Heading up that hill. Heading up that hill. Etc. Gas is a little cheaper over here, $7.19 if you're paying with cash. Cash is always king. Every time I see people with Dodger shirts, I feel like maybe I'm not going the right way and I should follow them. I one time stayed for New Year's Eve. I went with my friend to New York and we stayed in Union City, New Jersey. And we stayed at his mother's friend's apartment, and his mother's friend was really into Pee Wee Herman at the time. This is the 80s, and he had a Pee Wee Herman doll that you could not touch. Of course I touched it. He never knew, but why would you do that? Why would you leave a doll out that you can't touch? Anyway, when you said you used to have the Pee Wee Herman doll, I thought of you. Also, you know, Amy, in the Discord, Tony did post some pictures of the Pee Wee Herman doll. Okay. So it says we're at Yale. So if I would have walked here from my house, I would have come up the other way, the Vin Scully way. Thanks. Instead of coming this way. But I thought this would be a more interesting way. How often do we, I should have crossed the street. This lady hates my crossing skills though. I just don't want to be in her way. Or die. I mean, unalive. She's gonna give me a jaywalking ticket. This isn't the most glamorous walk, but it is Dodger Stadium, and not every day can be Hollywood Boulevard, kids, as much as we all love it. Remember did you ever do this when you were a kid? Literally, there's almost a reverse arrows to get there. I think we actually could just follow these people. Oh my gosh. And if you really want convenience, you can just stay at the Motel. Is it a Motel? Or is it the Motel? And First Chinese Baptist Church. I like that combo. A little sin-in. Morning resolution. They do have air conditioners in that hotel. I bet you that was a show place when it opened. I hope they don't build that gondola. It's kind of a little weird. I mean, I won't care 5 years after they build it, but it doesn't really benefit the residents of Los Angeles too much. It's probably going to be really expensive to ride, and I don't want to be a negative Nelly. I thought the Motel was the Dolly Dimple Motel in Hooksett, New Hampshire. Jeff! Good afternoon. Oh my gosh, okay. Here we go. Okay, so now we are going to go up this, goodness gracious, on a spiral staircase, which will dump us right out into the park over there. These people get some distance. I think so. Also, I think LA pays mostly for it, and the people that benefit, the person that benefits from it is like a gazillionaire anyway, you know? Like, give LA something, give the people something we can share with tourists for sure, you know? I think there are a lot of motels in LA. I think I walk by one all the time, and the funny thing about that motel is that people always ask me about it on the stream. Are you guys dizzy yet? The Arroyo Parkway, California's first highway. Are you dizzy yet? Okay. This really does not look very welcoming. I apologize. Let's see the other side. Woo! Agua Malina! Oh my god, I sing Hot Child in the City all the time, but I sing it to the dog, and I sang Hot Dog in the City. And Joe, I don't think he gets the reference. All right, we're on the other side of the bridge from The Wiz. We're almost to Dodger Stadium. See, wasn't that easier than driving? I bet anybody that had driven out of Dodger Stadium to come over here today is not anywhere as close as we are. So I was kind of excited because I thought when we would take this walk, we'd be able to see the police academy that the original Charlie's Angels trained at, but we don't really walk down that street. I do want to mention one thing about the Dodgers. Everyone loves the Dodgers in Los Angeles. They're our team. However, I just don't want to go without saying the current ownership has financial ties to the CEO group, that runs ICE detention centers. And Palantir, which is used to track and surveil immigrants. This, while the team's fan base is majority Latino, and the land has been taken from Mexican American community 70-something years ago. So protesters have been outside the stadium, calling for divestment, and then just like, we're really humanist, we're really into our history, and I thought you should know about the Dodgers. Although we can still root for them and root for the city and root for our team. Avec un grain of salt. Anyway, so we've got our fun political stuff out of the way. We are now, I'm not even following look at this cute little neighborhood. Look at these. I would totally live over here. You get a view of the freeway, that's the only downside, but probably traffic would be HE double hockey stick or HE double baseball bat. Baseball bat could look like an L. You could probably make a killing selling cold water to people going to the baseball game on top of the hill here. Anybody got... I don't know if this parking spot is a blessing. Oh, that person just stopped there. I wonder if how far I'll be able to get in to the stadium before I get busted by security. Woohoo! Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm in the rip-roaring sun on the top of a hill, trying to take you to... Oh, jeez. We're gonna go all the way until we can't go no more, until they ask for a ticket or an ID or little blood. We'll give it, but not the ticket or ID. I mean, another ticket. It would be really cool if you could take the Lime scooter up there. It would save tons of time for people. If these police tell you I can't go up here, I'm not going up here, just so you know. Oh. I forgot to record my walk. It's now 78 degrees. You know I'm paranoid for no reason. Me too. I've never been to a Dodger game. However, I did come out here for COVID testing. It was actually my first and only visit to Dodger Stadium, and it was surreal because everybody was in their cars lined up to go to those booths, and then you would get a swab stuck up your nose, and it was kind of gross. But that was my first experience here. It would be really a treat if I could go out the front door and then Vin Scully Way right down to Sunset. I think I might just walk back to Chinatown. And we'll invest in some sunset. Yay, somebody voted for the Mets. I mean, somebody talked about the Mets. I shouldn't mention any other baseball team right now because LA fans are really notoriously passionate. And good for them. This is the part I hate about anything, is waiting in these crazy car lines. It is gorgeous. Thanks, Michael. I'm pretty sure I mean, Michelle. Sorry, I looked at that real quick. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get in and squeeze about. So this is, don't get hungry. I'm not getting any of this either because I'm not going inside, but this is their new menu for the year. It's okay, DC. Jimmy, thank you so much for becoming a member. We got this fun cat. Welcome. I'm having an issue with fireworks right now, so you get that cat. I owe you some fireworks, and this one. This cat's really sassy. Thanks for the support. I wish Joe could cue up some fireworks from his home. From our home. I'm a little out of breath from walking up the hill. we go. Jimmy. Boop, boop, boop. All loaded up. It just took a second. Anaheim Angels. I actually have no baseball, I should not say this too loud. I have no baseball, like, skin in the game, so to speak. But I hope the Dodgers win because it's my LA team. If you're just joining, thank you so much for being here. Please do one of these things. I'm surprised we have this awesome signal that we do. I shouldn't have said that at all. Oh my God, the public transportation, with the exception of the fact that I'm sweating bullets right now, was pretty easy. We should have just got off at the metro station and then really followed the white striped road almost. West on College, right on Yale, and then up the spiral staircase, really, to the tippity top. It's such fun. I love it. All right. So now, I need to get, this is the state, I need to know how to get to the Vin Scully part. I don't know if this just continues on through, but it's also private property, that lady. Oh my gosh. You buy it, we plant it. The Moon Nurseries, actually, not sponsors, but you can get full-size tree from them. Full-size trees from them. Now that we're at the top, welcome to Dodger Stadium. I really should have wore a hat up here. So my main goal is to be able to walk out the Vin Scully way so that I'm closer to home. But I'll ask if I can get out that way. Wow, this looks completely different when they're not testing for COVID. Academy exit. There's the... You don't want to know. Let's hope I can find my way out of here. So much. All right, Dodger Stadium. Now, how do we get out? That's the question. Well, let's get a little closer and then we'll figure out how to get out. Welcome to Chavez Ravine. Just gotta watch out for the funky music they're playing. I think it might be Bruno Mars. Definitely another gate. I just want to know which way is Vin Scully way. For when I leave, I'll find out eventually. I think you're supposed to be in your seat by 4:45. The secret entrance to the... I'll never find it. I'll get lost, but sure. Is it right here where I saw this guy sneaking? That's the center field gate. I kind of have it on. I'm pretty good at not catching the music lately. Knock on wood, if you will. All right, center field gate. We don't want to go that way. I think we might end up... We're going to walk around a little bit more, but I think we might end up going out the way we came. I just want to check out the city from the hilltop. It's pretty amazing. Oh my gosh, you are so welcome, Michael. Michael, stop. I've actually never gotten this close to the stadium part. Baseball games they're kind of expensive now, from what I hear. I used to go watch baseball all the time when I was a kid, but it was like a public, I guess a professional softball league. And I also used to play baseball. Hey, BD, where's BD? BD is probably getting ready to watch the baseball game. I would eat a Dodger chili dog. I think I would rather have one of the new things they have. Their new menu. This is the new menu. Let me know if you need to see it twice. The Loco Moco bowl. Well, minus the mushrooms. But the fried chicken bucket, that's right up my alley. I try not to eat too many hot dogs, so when I do, it's got to be like a special occasion hot dog. Like a chili dog at the end of a 15-mile walk. I want the fried chicken bucket. It's new this year. How could they have not thought of a fried chicken bucket before this? Like, how is this the first time anyone thought of a fried chicken bucket? Hey, how are you? Fried chicken and pizza seem like a natural. I don't know if they have pizza here. Any fries sound good to me. Oh my god, I keep coming up in weird places. If anybody asks, I'm trying to get to Vin Scully, and I got lost. But it's still on the other side. I'm kind of getting afraid of heights up here. I'm joking. All right, here we go. I like 3 onion rings. Actually, I take that back. I used to be able to eat 3 onion rings, and then I was kind of tired of them. I think I could eat a whole onion ring basket. Right? I used to make onion rings for a living. Like, not for a living, but I was a prep cook for a while. I made onion rings from scratch. I know all the tricks to keep you from crying while cutting onions. I have to tell you, I think that at some point we will walk the Vin Scully way up here, but I think I'd rather walk back through Chinatown and maybe meander a little bit. Not the Union Station, though. It's really nice over here. All right. I don't want to look like I'm robbing anybody's car either. Hey. Please, I just want a Dodger bucket of chicken. I don't think I could handle the bottle of beer. A bucket of beer. So, any General Hospital fans out there? This is going to be a tough pull in, but check out this. We talked about it on the way up. Scary, scary hospital. And inside of it, it's scary. Oh, wrong direction. All right, let's see what we can see. We're almost, right? We're almost at the top of, which is slightly nauseating for me to think about. The U.S. Bank Tower is right. Hold on. Let's see if I can get a. We're looking at the top. We're at level with the top of buildings. We're usually at the very bottom of. Let's zoom back in so I don't sick. When I first moved here, I didn't have a dentist for like a year, and They had like dental school down there, and I got an extraction. I wonder if I can, like a wisdom tooth. I never got my wisdom teeth taken out until it was too late to apologize. Sometimes the Zoom works. It is. Here's some trivia for you guys about both the Dodgers and Dodger Stadium while I catch my breath. You may have missed it if you were not here in the beginning. But check that out. The marathon walk went really well. It actually felt pretty effortless, to be honest with you. And it went by a lot faster. But note to self and to you guys, no hot dog on a stick next year. I realized people were like, tacos. BD might have said, get tacos. And maybe we should have gotten tacos, but I felt like it was tradition to get the corn dog again. But just not great. They're just not that great. I think also because they were super duper 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 expensive, that was part of the reason why I thought not so great. I was like, what? I'm gonna cross and go back and out of here when I get my chance.
We're back up all the way.
Thank you so much, yeah. Which way is Sunset?
No.
Thank you so much. Awesome. We're right on the right track also. Oh my gosh, I could totally go for a soft serve. I want to try to get that picture without the building in it. Wait, have we seen BD? BD! Hey! We are up here at Dodger Stadium just checking out what we can check out. Right? It's a pretty cool scene. Sunset. Gonna hang out up here for 2 hours. I love you guys. We should have got here later. It told me to get here, that this would be kind of a good time. I actually think we could have arrived a little bit earlier. I thought there'd be some crazy tailgating and partying going on. But no, now it just looks like I'm walking around trying to break into people's cars. I'm not, I swear. This reminds me of a scene from Breakin' 2, Electric Boogaloo, actually. It's a very underrated movie. Oh, hey, I'm at King Records. All right, you guys. I think I found my way out of here. So, I just want to give you kind of a cool 360. So we have beautiful downtown LA right there. I think so. And then as we approach over here, we've got our Hollywood sign, which you can almost not see. Griffith Observatory. Oh, and I lost. Hey! The Dodgers are playing the Diamondbacks. We're gonna see the late people coming now because everybody was supposed to be in their seat in 5 minutes. But that's okay. Arizona Diamondbacks. So do we think they'll win? Look, it's a helicopter. It's searching for me because I look like a terrorist walking around with this stick over here. All right, we're heading to Sunset Gate A. When we get to that gate and to the street, we just walk straight down Bin Scully. It might not be straight, but towards Bin Scully, and we end up on Sunset. We pass Bin Scully a lot. This parking lot is immense. Like, humongous. You know, Disney's all right, man, but sometimes individualistic stuff is pretty cool too. You know? Oh, this is where the party is, by the way. The lower deck parking lot. You can hear it. All right, we're on our way out. Try not to tick anybody off. Hey, Oskay. All right, we're heading out of here now. We'll get one last. You really can't see much from here. Well, that was as close as I've ever been to Dodger Stadium. And now we're exiting out the Sunset Gate.
Get it.
I'm gonna cut through the parking lot and then join that sidewalk after. Welcome, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. If it's your first time, please feel free to do that. Like, subscribe, and then please chat. We are human content. This is the opening night at the Dodgers. And we could use all the fried chicken and help with that algorithm we could get. Rich. There we go. Hey, Mark. I wonder how we might run into a little stuff here. Oh no. What? It's almost. Let me know about the connection. There we go. I'm trying to get out of here without like sticking my camera right in people's faces, but if that's where everybody crosses, that's what will happen. someone's lost. I see a baseball with a number 1 on it. That exactly sounds like me. But I haven't seen that baseball with a number 1 on it. Beautiful baseball park in the middle of California's God's country. It never ends, this parking lot. Leaning on a motorcycle. I mean, I wouldn't want to have to be a police officer to do it, but I love a good gangsta lean. There's my bus. All right. We're out of the buffer zone. So we could go straight to Sunset, or we could go left Stadium and back into Chinatown, I think. I don't know which is shorter.
It's a weird question.
I think this way is more fun. This way is more fun. This is actually the way I wanted to walk here. So we're gonna walk by the police academy, which I only love because Charlie's Angels. And I can't think of another reason why I would ever walk over this way. So, heading back towards Chinatown. Thank you guys so much for hanging out today. I really do want to shout out my members, and thank you so much for the support. We are dropping a couple of members videos this week. We just have been. The connection I don't think is usually bad here. I do think it's partially probably because we have
We helped her. We came and helped her. I told her, you know. She's so smart. I told her one thing. Once we close that, but don't let the
no, we're kind of in like a little canyon-y spot, right? So it's not the internet is not. I can just take this way. That's all I ever drink is homemade coffee. We love coffee. All right. Out of the buffer zone. If it wasn't for this giant hill here, I think we'd be all set. Thank you for being patient with us. We're beholden to the signal gods. Took me a minute to come up with that one. So isn't this like where the Charlie's Angels trained in the Charlie's Angels TV show in the opening montage? Tear them down for the freeway that was a part of the freeway that was never built. Dun, dun, dun. I hope you can see it. So the rest of this walk, which I did read about, is probably not made for me, but we're gonna take the area with no sidewalk. Here, I'm gonna look past it, back at it again in case you. There's the Charlie's Angels. I actually have a dinner on deck when I get home. It'll be really surprising if I took some chicken out and thawed it. Maybe Joe, you want to pull that chicken out because it looked pretty frozen when I left. I'm very careful. It looks like I'm pretty close to the street, but there's a bike path. The only thing I have to worry about is a bike coming up behind me. I've never walked this way. I've only driven it, so wish me luck. I hope I don't end up on the Arroyo Seco. Hug the what?
How are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
Good, good.
I'm almost at the bottom, but look, I am going to go left. I'm going to try to hook up with that spiral staircase again, I think. What a cute little like enclave actually over here. I actually was walking in towards the middle of the street to scare Joe. But I think also sometimes it looks a lot more narrow. I had a lot more room than it actually looked like on the camera. Yeah, so many pocket neighborhoods created by wiping out other neighborhoods and building freeways. And I'm telling you, if you watch 23 minutes, I believe Cheech Marin, but the little thing I put up on Chavez Ravine today might make you choke up a little bit. I literally almost ran over to there because I thought it would look like a little garden, but it might be somebody just decorating their area around their tent. Lumi again. Hello. I don't think that there's much from Chavez Ravine that remains. I read about part of an arboretum. There were a few roads. I'm deeply fascinated by what's not here anymore and the circumstances with how it got on here. Uh-oh, fire sticks. I'm gonna wait for these people to come on, and then we'll take the bridge again. Here we go. I wish we could not be in a fence so you could see this a little better, but I guess, you know, kids. If we didn't have that fence, they'd be climbing up on it. I would never sit on top of this in a million years. I know, we definitely, hey Matt, thanks for being a new subscriber. We definitely talked about Chavez Ravine on the way here. I watched the Cheech Marin documentary. I think he might have funded or whatever, that I put up on the page. I've seen before, and then I just started watching it to make sure I was able to speak to it or about it versus just stuffing something up there, and that it was the one that I'd actually seen before. But you end up going down a little, what do you call it? You end up going in a whirlpool, there's a term for it, and kids use it all the time, of more Chavez Ravine stuff, and also the Chicano uprising and the teacher Castro. It was kind of while I was like twiddling away, working, very compelling politically. LA day for me. Political history. Aw, thank you so much. This is a pretty well-traveled area by tourists. I know it doesn't look it, but a lot of people are on their way to the Dodger Stadium right now, so I feel pretty good about being on this in Chinatown in general. But I've never walked down this street before to go there. I've never been to Dodger Stadium before. Now we're heading back towards LA. We've been bopping here for, oh my gosh, that took 1 hour and 17 minutes. I thought we would be at 2 hours. Let's walk. Let's talk. Hey, Kick Rocks. The Motel is a little fancy behind the thing. I wonder if it's residences now or it's still a hotel. It's got cute little details on it, like those tiles. I love it. All right, Aqua Molina, who do we want to win? I never even heard of a Diamondback before. Thank you guys for joining me for the pregame. If you're all going on to watch the baseball game, I hope you learned something from the trivia. I sure did. I hope you learned something about Chavez Ravine also. It's important that we don't forget things that aren't there anymore. That was a shout out, or a little tribute to Hugh Hauser. California's gold. I would love to go to a Dodger game someday. It's a little, I'm not that into sport, so it's a little hard for me to spend like $50 on something I don't really like. If it were like $13, still might be real, tough right now. I just fell in a ditch in front of that guy. Good thing I didn't land on my knees in front of him. That would have been, or land on my face. Face plant is what I meant to say. Sorry. Welcome, new faces and new chatters. We're glad to see you. Welcome, new members. Also, I need to catch up. The game starts at 5:15, I believe. So we remember Jimmy, and I definitely got his fireworks out there. Oh my gosh, you really should see Chinatown. It's fantastic. My battery is at 55%. I'm kind of walking towards all right, I feel like we got 2 new members, and the second one I did not, and I'm super sorry, I just tried to look you up. It's really hard in the sun. But, oh, confetti. Welcome, new member. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, so Chavez Ravine was like 3, I think we mentioned this really early on, but just to recap on LA Unknown. Like before that stadium was there was a neighborhood comprised of 3 little postage-sized villages, Palo Verde, Loma, and Bishop, where Mexican-American families lived there before, for generations, probably before you were a Mexican-American and just could have been living here and been a Mexican. They had a school, grocery stores, everything. Little city just over the hill there. In the early 1950s, however, kind of like Bunker Hill, the city was going to tear it down. They told them it was for public housing. They promised the people who lived there and showed them pictures to give them first choice of that public housing. They promised to pay them a fair amount for their house, which was not a fair amount for the house. They absolutely screwed them out every which way but loose. They never built the public housing there. They built the Dodger Stadium in there. The last resident was dragged out, kicking and screaming. Aurora Vargas, 1959. 4 months after they dragged her out, they were breaking ground for the Dodger Stadium. So, kind of weird, not kind of weird, but just kind of makes you not love the government too much. And there are no markers up there, Chavez Ravine. In fact, the little video that I put up, it's not even in the members, it's just on the YouTubes, not even a members video. Like, a photographer had just stumbled up there and was taking pictures and actually captured it before it was destroyed. Nobody ever took pictures of it. It wasn't filmable, really, or interesting to people. So it was like really completely erased. There were a couple of areas like that, and then a couple of areas that just got chopped up, like Boyle Heights. The freeways, ay, ay, ay. Okay. We're walking towards City Hall. I'm probably gonna walk to Civic Center-ish. Maybe a little bit beyond. I don't love the Civic Center train station. It's one stop too far. We usually don't walk this way through Chinatown, so I just thought it would be a nice little different street. We usually walk down the more fun streets, but we don't want to miss anything. So we've got a few kind of fun things planned. Tomorrow, it'll be a surprise. We'll post up in the morning or maybe tonight. I'm still talking a little bit to Joe to see what he wants to do or what he will be able to get away with. But Saturday we'll be downtown for the No Kings, and maybe we'll putter around in Little Tokyo a little bit too. I mean, it's not going to be our whole focus. We'll come, we'll see, we'll witness. Oh, I thought that was an alley I could walk through. It's brutally sunny over here. Sunday, still up in the air. We have the fun thing in Little Tokyo. We're gonna go to the Blessing. Let's walk through this. Can we walk through this? No, but what a cool something this is. I've never seen here. $10,000. I think it's cheaper than that. Or are you talking about some other kind of money than dollars? I think it's like $9.95, maybe. I'll tell you what, I would love to get YouTube TV, Joe, for sure. Oh my gosh, first, last. Not only did I make that joke, but I had ChatGPT come up with what Gay Ming looked like. Mind you, Gay is a first name, so I used it as a lady's first name. Or it could be man's first name also. And then the last name Ming. And it came up with a Gay Ming, who is a senior citizen. Joseph said I should delete the picture. She was excellent. She had really awesome, great crystallized fingernails and a headset. It was just lovely. I think I just zoned out. Oh no, perfect. Nothing but a gaming. That's sung to this tune of Nothing But a Good Time. Oh my gosh, no pastry for me today. I need to be in a bathing suit in a couple months. I'm strictly eating ice cream. I saw my belly in the reflection the other day on this live stream, and I said, no. I just need to do, I need to like get back into doing some yoga or going to a gym a little bit, I think. So no pastry for a little bit. I'm not concerned about my weight, just my shape. I feel like for the amount of walking I do, I should have the body of She-Hulk or something. I couldn't load it up right now, but I will put gaming, if Joe lets me, for the members to see. Hey, Knut. I'm kidding. I feel like I just like, we've been eating pasta. I'm probably going to end up eating pasta again tonight because that chicken is not going to be frozen. We've been eating pasta. After eating a little pasta, I start to pooch out. And we've had a lot of pasta the past couple of months. I love it. It doesn't matter. I never, with all the walking I do, I'm never like getting my heart rate up really high, like calisthenic wise. It's low impact. I'm going to the doctor on the 13th. It'll be interesting to see my vitals, but like everything that my watch measures, I only said measures wrong, right? I only said it once, but I kept saying it. Anyway, everything that my watch measures is pretty impressive over the past year and a half or so. I think I would be lucky to be in a deli right now. Okay. We are going to walk through Olvera Street. Why not? Watch them close up and then make our way into downtown. I think I'm going to walk all the way to Pershing Square and then hop on the train there. I just really don't like getting on at the Civic Center. It's a few stops too long and I get stir crazy. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and chat. We are totally human content, covering Los Angeles one block at a time. Just kidding, we're never gonna cover all Los Angeles, though we may try. I love me some buns too. Sticky buns, honey buns, black bean buns, you name it. It's really kind of lovely now, outside of the sun. And actually in the sun it's cooled down a little bit. Riendo! Lucia! Thank you. Lucia. I want to say, Lucia, that we absolutely talked about that on our way to Dodger Stadium. Not only did we talk about how Dodger Stadium came to be, but we also talked about the Dodgers' current ownership group has financial ties to the GEO group. Oh, they're having a hopefully those are for the something. Hopefully those aren't for the drones. I'm just kidding. Anyway, back to the Dodgers ownership group. Yeah, they have financial ties to the GEO group, a private prison company that runs ICE detention centers, and also Palantir, which will cause our world to be more and more like George Orwell's 1984 than we had ever imagined. So it's really kind of crazy that they do all that while the majority of the base of Dodgers fans are Latino or Mexican American. We're here because we cover Los Angeles. Right? It's kind of crazy. I'm bummed out we missed the Dodger flyover. It actually kind of scared me at first. So I'm totally aware of where we were and what it's all about, and I just I hope for a better future for human beings. I really do. And that better future starts with us. So here's the Italian American Museum of Los Angeles. Because this is Italian Hall, which I always find just a little crazy. All right. Let's bust through here on our way to City Hall, or way to Pershing Square. Hey, Cali car, thank you so much. Woo, I've got these back. Woo, thanks so much. Maybe goes a long way to help the channel. We've got some cats, my personal favorite, my second favorite. And everybody loves a dog with a pizza in its mouth. Thank you so much. Woo! I know, we went to a couple free Pershing Square shows last year. Also, over on Grand, they have a ton of concerts there too. All right, we're gonna blast through best taquitos. Well, really great taquitos. Maybe the originator of taquitos is from there. Hey, back in the clay. Uh-oh. I hear a child crying. I think 2 days ago or 3 days ago, Joe and I were in the grocery store and this little girl wanted a bag of chips and was heartbroken that her mother would not get her the bag of chips. Like, oh, those taquitos are so good. Another good place that we got taquitos is on Vine. I forget what it's called now. maybe it's called Cactus. We went there on the stream. It's right across from your old school, LA Unknown. What's that taco stand called? Their taquitos are huge and really delicious. Clay, it's good to see you here. We were here the other day and the donkey was still here, but it's not here right now. Hopefully it's not completely gone yet. Although it didn't sound like he had any legs to stand on, kind of. We'll be here for the blessing of the animals also, which is the Saturday before Easter. I think it's next Saturday. I've already have the page up, and I think I have Olvera Street. Joe keeps asking if we want to bless our animals. When we were on the other side of the street earlier at Union Station, it was a little bit busier over here before the Dodgers game. This place really thrives when the Dodgers are playing. I did just hear a cricket. We're having a little thing for the Chinese American Museum in the Pico House. East West players, I'm not sure. I know, everyone's at the game now. It's just the hardcore folks here. Olvera Street still does have huge festivals, and it can be quite busy at times. It is struggling like most places right now. I think Little Tokyo is also struggling too. Oh no, I can't go to... No, I'm not going to Philippe today. We haven't gone to Philippe on the stream. We get really cheap things when we can on the stream. We're kind of budget minded, I must say. Eastside Italian Deli. Where is that? In addition to the Chavez, Ravine path I went down today, I also came across like old City Hall, or the City Hall that was in front of there that they tore down. Ah. I feel like there's Indian neighborhoods outside of the city. On the other side of Wilshire, I don't know that I've ever run into, well, Ethiopia, Little Ethiopia. I think we talked about that the other day. I don't know if I've ever run into a Pakistan clique or neighborhood. An adult school. This is the other side of the haunted mall that we went in the other day with the Sparrow, the haunted Sparrow. I so much wish this would work. I've never met a deli that I didn't like. Here, worth reading. Bella Union Hotel site. Near this spot stood the Bella Union Hotel, long a social and political center here on October 7th, 1858. The first Butterfield Overland Mail stage from the east arrived 21 days after leaving St. Louis. Warren Hall was driving and Waterman Ormsby, reporter, the only through passengers. California Registered Historical Landmark number 656. Cool. I love a massive portion. That's not a euphemism. I really do love a massive portion. I feel like eating out is so expensive. I keep complaining about it, and I'm not really complaining about it, but eating out is so expensive. I almost feel like you deserve a massive portion. I think it was the horse that made them so slow. I'm not going to tell you what I picked. I picked Sonic. I can't see them at all, but I picked Sonic in the earlier poll. I started today off at Union Station. Whenever I go to Olvera Street, I usually start off in Union Station. Last time I was in Union Station, though, a guy called me, screaming behind me, and told me, "You can't use a tripod. You can't use a tripod." I was like, "Brother, do you know what a tripod is? This is not a tripod or a selfie stick." I didn't say that at all. When I hear people yelling, I just ignore them. Oh my gosh, look at this beauty. I feel like for the price they pay, you should have enough to take home and have for lunch the next day. Aw, I love a sob. I hope they're waiting for someone and not having a sob moment. One of my favorite cars I ever owned was a Saab. I never had any problems with it. Imagine being ludicrously rich and going to some fancy restaurant that you have to wait months for a reservation, and you go in there and they serve stuff like foam and mousse. I have a feeling that's the future for us. We're just going to take supplements and we'll go out to restaurants to pretend to eat out, and we'll be eating foam. With essence of blueberry pie. Really? Ms. Pac-Man is definitely fun. Maybe I would play one round. Oh, Ms. Pac-Man. I really have a hard time playing with those tiny little joysticks, though. With my giant Hulk hands. My hands are not Hulk size. I know, and it's terrible because I want restaurants to be around, right? I want to be able to, but it's just unaffordable for them to run the restaurant, and unaffordable. Maybe I should just take this metro bike home. I'm really curious about it. I would have to tuck the gimbal into my shirt somehow. That's worth exploring. I used to play Pac-Man on Atari and also like in the arcade. Actually, maybe within the past year, I played Pac-Man in an arcade. Arcade. I had Pac-Man fever when I was a kid. I would steal from my Ms. Pac-Man fever, even worse, right? Steal from my mom's coin jar to go down, just play one more game of Ms. Pac-Man. I gotta get to They Meet. I don't even know if that's a song for that part, but I loved it. Ms. Pac-Man was a true Romeo and Juliet story. You know what, Michael Starr? I got to go to Clifton's only once before it became this hipster cocktail, blah blah blue, whatever, and I'm not really sure what happened, but it's never open. I almost never see it open. And it's unfortunate because it was like, I feel like it was like a place that wasn't too expensive, and it was a cafeteria, and it became something for hipsters. I'm not dissing the hipsters, but they kind of ruined things. I think I might have been one. We definitely ruined that twisty mustache. Okay, we're at 2nd Street. I had a paper route at the time. I was addicted to playing Pac-Man and Ms. Pac-Man, more so Ms. Pac-Man. My mom had to know. I remember spending my whole paper route money, more than one occasion, playing Ms. P. All 14 cents that I would get from delivering papers back in the 1930s. Hey! That's a great attitude. It didn't scare me at all. It really didn't. Ish. Maybe ish, right? I don't know. I don't even know if game tournaments existed then, but I thought like I could really do something with that skill of playing Ms. Pac-Man. And the crazy thing is I wasted a lot of money, but whatever. Memories, right? Joe can actually play it better than I can, and probably has not played it a tenth of the time that I have played it. The thing is, I would rather have that giant joystick or like an Atari-sized joystick than the little things that I move with my thumb. I have broken the top of the PlayStation controller, like the little rubber knob off, because I just push it really hard. And I stink at playing games. Just a reminder here to give Dante money. I have some seconds to cross the street, and I'm gonna do it. I've played Cyberpunk like when we first got it a couple times, and then I gave up on it. I'm not sure. We bought it really early on when they hadn't like perfected it yet, and I was kind of excited to play it. I like the idea of it. I haven't gone back to it. I don't know necessarily that I would want to play it in front of you because I'm not a very good gamer, as I mentioned. But I wouldn't mind sucking up a game of Ms. Pac-Man in front of you. I'm trying to decide if I want to keep going this way or that way, or let's go this way. Cool. If Ms. Pac-Man wins, I'll pop on for one round if you don't hold it against me when I get home. And Joe will make the food. I'm kidding, I'll make food. I remember Centipede. Remember, you guys, we went down there for a Halloween party. It's like an art little thing. Little village over there. I feel like we can also explore that during the daytime. It had some shops. We never have gone back though. I played art. I love playing Detroit Become Human or whatever that game was. I really like that game also. I also wouldn't mind playing one of those games where, like with liminal spaces, although I would probably get angry. I wish they would open this place like me in the reflection. Let's see if we can see it better this way. A little all stainless steel diner in there. Worn out booths. You guys, next Thursday, a week from tonight, we'll be back down here for the art night. We're gonna start it at closer to 6 because we get down here early and there's nothing to do until it starts. So that'll be on next Thursday. More fun stuff to do. And that's a tradition until you guys say. The Friday night after that is First Fridays in Chinatown. We went to that once before. I think we'll go to that again and visit Olvera Street while we're down here. We'll be downtown a little more. know what's going on here. I was trying to let that guy go. How's it going? How are you? All right, so we are, and actually, I think we get to go into the Hotel Alexandria. Oh my gosh. I always wonder about, and I tried to do a sidewalk story on the Canadian building right there and this sign. It's really hard to find anything out about Star Pants manufacturers, custom tailor slacks made to order. That hand-painted window, it's literally painted on the window. It's open a crack just so it smells fresh in there, but right? Do we see the seam in the Alexandria? I'll show it. No, that's the Barclay. We did a sidewalk story on the Alexandria. It's crazy that happened. I forgot that it was two brothers. I love this building on the left side over here with the little like bay window, and I don't know what you call that corner thing, but it looks like 1800s building. It is apparently a facade and not an actual building from that time, but sort of like a, I don't know, just a phone with a stick on it, right?
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
What about this building?
What about it's pretty architecture? It's pretty
Right?
nice.
It's just the outside of it old and the inside of it new. It's like fake, right?
No, not fake. Maybe remodeled. Maybe.
Right? Pretty cool. I love walking by it. Thanks.
Yeah. All right. Now have a
Take
good
care,
night,
brother.
man.
It almost looks like they built a building like behind it. Like I don't know. And also there's like a terrace. How's it going? Stream a little siren. We hope that everything is okay wherever they get. Alexandria is coming up right over here. Hey, Ruben. We've got our great friend Ruben lives there. Every time next week during the art walk, we get to go inside of the bar part. They usually have like a little jazz guy in there. It's Valentino's Bar. So we'll go down, we'll dip down. Pershing Square is right over there. We can walk over to it in a bit. So you can see where the two buildings are kind of seamed together, right? I'm going to tilt up for a little bit. And so right, you see that little gargoyle? So those buildings were one building, and you could only get to that part of the hotel by entering this part of the hotel. And then the two owners, two brothers, got in a fight, and one boarded up every entrance to this part of the hotel, and it was empty forever. I've never noticed anybody on this little bar top right here, but anyway, kind of interesting. Sama was on duty. I'm not going in this parking lot again, by the way. I think I learned my lesson. We love dropping Raymond Chandler's name, especially when we pass through Raymond Chandler Square on Hollywood Boulevard, which cannot remember. Is it an Ivar? I can never remember where it is until I hit it. Choppy. All right, I'm on 6th Street. I'm certainly not gonna walk back up to Pershing Square, so I'm gonna walk to 7th Street. Be down for about 20 more minutes before I sign off. Just gonna make my way back to the train station.
For the enemy, Tennessee backwood for the luxury.
We definitely will walk through that arcade building like next Thursday. We go through it all the time. I walk through it all the time, just sometimes to get some shade on a hot downtown day. It's a beautiful building, beautiful. And it just feels and seems really cool when it's like full of people. This one's struggling. The Tinder bot. My gimbal has a mind of its own right now, but that's all right. I really want $2 crunchy tenders. It is Thursday. Yeah.
Almost like a joke, like whatever she's at
That's the best price for a beeper I've ever seen. $6.95. Also my favorite sign. Oh, Michael, we love that building also. Now, we'll be going inside next Thursday for sure. We usually hit it. I'm afraid of alleys now that I've been chased with pepper spray. Hold on, I'm trying to focus this for you. The old Clifton sign is just sitting back here. Let's see if we can see it. It's much cooler from the other side. Mary, welcome. Nice to see you. Oh, I need to go on 7th Street. It's a win-win. So, I I don't remember who it was last night that pointed out the triangle sort of trolley route, but if you look really carefully on the corner of some of these buildings, you can actually, they're actually the buildings on the corners, you can see the trolley hooks that the wires would hook up to. Pretty cool. I think they're repurposing, no, that can't be one of them that they're repurposing for the lights. No, those are new hooks. Those light strings really make these streets look beautiful. Look at that gorgeous art up there. My gut instinct makes me want to walk, oh no, back there. And I can't even remember which alley I walked in now. That's not going to bode well for the future when I probably walk in it again. And get pepper sprayed. Gen X.
So that my children will talk.
All right, I'm just trying to see if we can see the Clifton sign. It's closer to this end. The pre-hipster Clifton sign, there it is. Or you could see the whole thing from the other. We're behind Clifton's right now. Yeah. All right, Taco Thursday. Good thing it's not Taco Wednesday. Anyway, Clifton's, for all of you who remember. Our other patron saint, of course, has some really great videos going to Clifton's. But ever since those young whippersnappers took over, it's smoky, cosmopolitan cocktails. That's where the Clifton sign from the alley used to go. It's just gone. Actually, there's somebody like lying down in front of it, so I want to leave them with their peace. There's the Eastern building, also one of our favorite buildings. I promise you, join us next Thursday. We'll be checking out. There's a really nice gallery in the Eastern building. I would love a beef burger with cheese on it for dinner. Oh my gosh. Well, Joe, I'm about 3 blocks away from signing off. So I would say about 10 minutes before hopping on the train. So I want to take this moment to thank you guys for hanging out with me and walking up to Dodger Stadium. It's the first time I've ever walked there. I promise you we'll take the Vin Scully way and maybe explore around there a little more. Let me explore the Signal, though, or check out the Signal, because that's always a bummer when we can't get a nice signal. St. Vincent Court. Everything is closed right now, but I kind of love that area. The only place I've ever eaten there is the pizza restaurant on the end, because it has like a meal combo for $8.99. It comes with 2 slices, pepperoni, and then a Diet Coke. It's, or whatever soda you want. It's kind of not the best pizza, but an 2 for $8.99, kind of filling. I still prefer a large pizza to myself. Woo! I know it's the siren time. You guys, thank you so much for hanging out today. We'll be on tomorrow, I think around 4 o'clock as well. Definitely hit that bell that reminds you of things. I'm not really sure what that bell is called. A bell. Also, please like and subscribe. We really appreciate that. Helps us with the algorithm, helps us get found and discovered, and maybe more people will watch us once in a while, which is really awesome. So I will wish you a good night and sweet dreams. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much for watching. Welcome new members. I will never forget the Bradbury. I want to thank my members one more time. I didn't feel like I did that a ton. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. There we go. Thanks for supporting the channel. We've got some members' videos. It's 2/3 done. Coming to you very shortly. So thank you guys all so much. We will be updating that with our brand newest members for our live stream tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Have a good night. We'll leave you with this cat. It's singing The Hustle. Woo! Good night, guys. And I think stay tuned, because Joe's live stream is gonna not happen. But Joe will be live streaming, I guess. Anyway. Bye. Good night, guys.